Hello, I'm Miss Gail, and this is Finley Grace. I'm reading The Skinny Brown Dog by Kimberly, Willis, Holt. Every day, long before the sun came up, Benny the baker walked 2 doors down to his bakery on Harmony Street. He mixed the dough, made bread, cakes, cookies, muffins, and brownies. Mrs. Patterson especially liked Benny's raspberry muffins and stopped by each afternoon at 2 o'clock to buy one. Whenever a cookie broke, Benny placed the pieces into a box. Once a week, he hung the sign in the window, "Free Broken Cookie Day." After school, the children hurried to the bakery to see if the sign was posted. If it was, they stopped in for a treat. If not, they waved at Benny and headed home. Benny looked forward to Free Broken Cookie Day as much as the children. One afternoon, a skinny brown dog wandered into Benny's bakery. "Sorry, but dogs are not allowed in the bakery," Benny said as he led the dog outside with a warm piece of pumpernickel bread. He looked thirsty, Benny thought, so he gave the dog a bowl of fresh water. That night, when Benny closed the bakery, he found the skinny brown dog still sitting outside his door. The dog stood, wagged his tail when he saw Benny. He started to follow Benny home, but Benny stopped walking. "Hate to break the news to you, little fella, but you're not my dog." Somehow the dog seemed to understand, and his tail pointed to the ground as he watched Benny walk away. Benny ate dinner and then sat in his chair and read the newspaper. He looked down at the little rug in front of his fireplace. It was big enough for a dog. No, thought Benny. I don't need a dog. The next morning, the skinny brown dog was sleeping outside the bakery. He woke when he heard Benny unlock the door. The dog stood and wagged his tail, then started to walk inside. "Sorry, but a bakery isn't a place for a dog." Benny gave him a thick slice of wheat bread and butter and water. It was then that he noticed the small white spot on the dog's ear. At 2 o'clock, Miss Patterson arrived for her raspberry muffin. The dog stood, wagged his tail, and Mrs. Patterson dropped her purse. When the dog picked it up for her, Miss Patterson stroked the dog's head. "You have a smart dog," she told Benny, "even if he is a little skinny." "He's not my dog," Benny said. "Yes," she said, "I can see that." When the dog was at the bakery door the next morning, Benny shook his head. Then he noticed the dog's eyes. They were dark as chocolate chips. This time, Benny gave him a bone with a little meat on it. The children came by the bakery every day now, even when it wasn't Broken Cookie Day. They played with the skinny brown dog and taught him to walk on his hind legs. When the children sang songs, the dog aimed his nose toward the sky and tried to sing too. Benny liked having the children around more often. "What's your dog's name?" Sam said. "He's not my dog," Benny said as he slipped the dog a broken gingerbread cookie. "I think his name should be Brownie," said Pete. The other children agreed that Brownie was a perfect name for a skinny brown dog that ate and slept at Benny's bakery. When Miss Patterson stopped at the bakery for her raspberry muffin, she patted Brownie's head and told Benny, "You have a good dog." "He's not my dog," Benny told her every day. And every day Miss Patterson said, "Yes, I can see that." That evening, Benny turned off the bakery lights, locked the door, and went home. He wouldn't look at Brownie as he walked away, but Brownie watched Benny until he disappeared into his house. Benny cooked dinner, read the paper, and tried not to notice the empty spot on the rug. The next day, when it was too early for the children and even for Miss Patterson, Benny climbed a ladder to the very top to reach a new bag of sugar. On the way down, his foot crashed, missing a rung, and he fell to the floor with a big crash. Brownie came to the door right away, but he wouldn't step inside because he knew Benny didn't allow him in the bakery. "Help!" Benny yelled. "Help me, Brownie." Brownie ran up and down the street barking. People walked by, but no one stopped except Miss Patterson, who was on her way to buy her raspberry muffin. "What's wrong, Brownie?" she asked. Brownie tugged her dress and pulled her toward the bakery. When she stepped inside, Miss Patterson saw what was wrong. She rushed over to Benny, called an ambulance. Soon the paramedics arrived. It looks like you've broke your leg," said one. "It's a bad break," said the other. "You'll probably have to stay at the hospital a few days." As they carried him to the ambulance, Benny asked Miss Patterson, "Will you take care of Brownie?" "Don't worry," Miss Patterson said. "I will watch him." Benny had to stay at the hospital for a week, and the first day Miss Patterson and the children came to visit after school. Benny was happy to see him, but he asked, "How's Brownie?" So the next day, the children called Benny's name from outside his hospital window. Benny smiled when he saw Brownie. Brownie wagged his tail when he saw Benny. "Can they come inside my room?" Benny asked the nurse. "The children may," she said, "but a hospital is no place for a dog." "I don't see the harm in letting one skinny brown dog," mumbled Benny. "I'm sorry," said the nurse. "Hospital rules." When she saw Brownie twirl on his hind legs, she added, "Smart dog, though." Benny waved out the window and noticed for the first time that Brownie wasn't that skinny anymore. The children began to sing a song and Brownie joined in. "You're a good fellow, Brownie," Benny said as the children walked away with the not-so-skinny brown dog that had no home but ate and slept at the bakery. All week the children returned. Sometimes Miss Patterson came too. "I sure miss your raspberry muffins," she told Benny. "We miss free broken cookie day," said the children. "I miss the bakery," said Benny, "especially Brownie." Finally, Saturday arrived and Benny went home. This time, Brownie did too. Benny and Brownie's bakery opened Everyone, welcome. The end.